Hi there everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Marc Laurenson and welcome to 2022. So we've just started a brand new year. Now, I'm not going to be talking so much about January. I'm going to be talking about a particular astrological phenomenon, energy that is going to be happening for us all year and into early next year as well. And that's the nodes that have just changed sign. The transiting nodes have just gone back into Scorpio and into Taurus. Now, they've already gone back, they've already done the ingress back into these particular signs. And this actually happened just before Christmas on December 23rd, 24, depending on where you are in the world. And they will be in these signs all the way up until July 12 and 13 of 2023. So this is a period of time. This is roughly an 18-month period of time that the nodes spend in a particular sign always. Now, the transiting nodes, they do transit in reverse. They transit retrograde, okay? So they're not planets. The lunar nodes are not physical bodies, you know, like Uranus or Venus or Mercury are. They're points. They're the intersecting points of two orbits. They're the intersecting points of the moon's orbit around us and also the sun's path. The sun makes a path around us as we go around it. It's called the ecliptic. And so the intersecting point of the moon's orbit and the ecliptic create the nodes. And so they actually intersect just before each other each time they go around. And so that is why they are actually traveling in reverse. So they have just come out of Sagittarius, the south node in Sagittarius and the north node in Gemini. They've just moved into Scorpio with the south node in Scorpio, and the north node will be in Taurus. And that's going to be for roughly the next 18 months. So what does that mean? What does it mean when the transiting nodes do change sign? Because there is quite a noticeable effect when this is happening. And I want to actually say for everybody who has got planets in Scorpio or Taurus, or the other two fixed signs, Aquarius or Leo, will be feeling this quite strongly, particularly people who've got planets in Scorpio and Taurus. Now, when I say they might feel it quite strongly, the nodes, as they transit, what they tend to do, the south node in particular, will bring up stuff for us. It will go into our past. It could actually go into areas of our habits or our behavior or our obsessions. It could actually feel like a deja vu kind of feeling. It could actually feel quite familiar in lots of ways. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, so I look on it very much as a past lifey kind of effect, though it can actually come down very, very strongly through the family line as well. So you might actually notice as a familial pattern being passed down through generations as well. So as it moves into Scorpio, what it's going to be doing is it's going to be digging up stuff from the past, so to speak, in a scorpionic way. And so what would that be? What would that feel like? In a scorpionic way, it'll probably bring up very, very deep, hidden stuff, possibly stuff that's been buried down, possibly stuff that you didn't want to look at, possibly stuff that doesn't get talked about all that much. It could have something to do with things that you might be frightened of, because Scorpio is always the energy of looking for our personal power on a very emotional level. See, Scorpio is a water sign, as most of us already know, and so it wants to go down into the depths of who we are emotionally to face what it needs to face and address what it needs to address So it can actually become stronger and more powerful by having to go through what it has to go through. And so there's a rebirthing kind of feeling with the Scorpio energy. Now, to make it even more clear for you, you're going to actually have to start looking at your natal charts. Now, this energy is going to be somewhere in your chart. It's going to be, Scorpio energy is going to be going through a particular house. Now, I'm a Placidus astrologer. I work with Placidus charts. And so the Scorpio energy could actually go through 2 houses. And so those 2 houses are going to be the areas or the terrains of life that are going to be affected by the South Node bringing up or going down and excavating this particular area and having to, what I would say, transform or rebirth a particular area that you might be holding on to, that you might be attached to, that you might be scared of having to let go of. Now, as I said, you need to also be very conscious of where your Pluto is in your natal chart. Because Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. It's the modern ruler of Scorpio that I use. And be also conscious of Mars to a certain extent too. Mars is the more traditional ruler of Scorpio. I tend to look at Mars second after Pluto, but have a look at where Mars is in your natal chart too, because those 2 planets will come into play in some way as well. Their energies and the houses they're in will come into play as well. So it could have something to do with your love life. Scorpio has lots to do with deep connections with other people. So maybe habitual patterning, or maybe something that you're obsessed with or can't let go of in that particular area may need to be addressed in some kind of way. Money could come into this, how you deal with money, your approach to money, and anything around how you deal with money, or areas to do with where you're frightened of money. A lot of people, we tend to feel in a way that money has a hold over us rather than we have actual control over it. And so this is a time now to be able to start looking at what that means for you as well. Our personal value system will definitely come up with this as well. Areas to do with sex might also be part of this. It's deeply, as I said, it's deeply penetrating. It's right down in the bowels of who we are. And to be able to be brave enough to go down there and address what's down there, and to be able to look at it for what it is and not be scared of it, is what this is going to be all about for you. Now, the transiting nodes are quick-ish. They take 1.5 years to go through a sign. And so therefore they're going to be on a trigger point for roughly a month, maybe 6 weeks max. And when I say a trigger point, I mean making a strong aspect to a planet in your chart. So if you've got a planet in Scorpio, the South Node is just going to be on there for a month to 6 weeks. Okay, so that period of time, everything I've just talked about will be highlighted quite a bit over that period of time, but then it moves off. Then it moves off quite quickly. It's not like a transiting Pluto or a transiting Neptune, where you can actually have that energy in your life for almost 2 years. So I want to say it's kind of like a quick burst of energy. It will bring up stuff for you. And for you, it always feels like I have to move forward. I have to actually see past this, or get through this, or get to the other side of this. And that's when the North Node comes in handy, okay? So the transiting North Node is going to be in Taurus, okay? So the Taurus-Scorpio axis is the axis of survival. Everything to do with our safety and our security comes into this. So I want to bring this back into the Scorpio area as well. This is the area for you to feel safe in what we might call unsafe situations. or situations that take us to the edge or push us as far as we can go. And I always think for the Scorpio energy, for us, we always have to be truthful. We can't do the changes involved with Scorpio energy unless we're 100% truthful with ourselves. And therefore going down into that area and being able to see what it is and to be able to understand it on that level not only takes a lot of emotional bravery, but means that we have to be unflinchingly truthful with what this is all about for us. Now, getting back over to the North Node in Taurus, we're going to be looking at an area where we need to bring in. It feels like an area we need to integrate. It feels like an area that we need to put a little bit more attention on, that we need to actually start to familiarize ourselves with. Now, Taurus energy, of course, it's the opposite to Scorpio energy. So Taurus energy is about the earth. It's about the tangible. It's about the simple. It's about being able to come into a place, get inside the body, get into the senses, get into a feeling of music and taste and touch and dance and color. It's about being able to feel the earth between your toes. It's about those long walks in nature. You know, it's that beautiful, beautiful feeling of feeling very safe and very secure in your own skin. And so this, for me, always feels like it's about being on the planet and enjoying what the planet has to offer in a very, very tangible, even material way. And when I say material, I don't mean go after money. There's nothing wrong with going after money, but that's not what I mean. I mean, for us, we need to realize that there's something quite beautiful and something quite sacred about being here in bodies on the planet and being able to, I want to say, luxuriate or be able to feel the feeling of being equipped or being resourced in a way that makes us feel safe and loved, and I want to say valuable. Now, this is where I want to go with this, because the North Node is areas that we need to understand on the level of our personal value. And it's more on the level of what we value about ourselves. It's that feeling of, what do I have? What do I have to offer? Do I have a talent? Do I have an ability? Do I have a gift that I can hone, you know, that I can put into some kind of working form that I can use, and then I can be able to offer in a very hands-on, very practical, almost methodical kind of, even material kind of way. There's something about the Taurus energy, as I said, is very spiritual when the intention behind the Taurus energy is sound. It's a feeling of being here on the earth plane and working in the earth environment and being able to, in our own way, find some form of peace and serenity and harmony and safety with what we're doing here. Okay? So this is so different from the Scorpio energy, which really does want to go through a rebirthing or regeneration of sorts. It really does. But it really does have to let go of something. It really has to be able to I want to say, regenerate from something or resurrect from something. There feels like that area in your chart needs to actually go through a purging of sorts, almost like a ring of fire of sorts, to be able to integrate the North Node in a much more safe and secure, and I want to say powerful way. So this is going on all year and into the first half of next year. So this is a very, very positive time. I want to underscore that. I want to underscore that 2022 is a big, I want to say a time for us to be able to come into a place within ourselves where we can actually feel like we've moved past something, where we've actually jumped a sacred hurdle, using one of my terms, to get to the other side of something that may have been holding us back, that may have felt like it's had power over us for quite a long time. And I feel that this is not something that's come in with this lifetime. I feel that this is something that's probably been brought over from times before, or brought down through the family or through the lineage, that kind of thing. So it feels like the relay baton has been passed on to you to do something about it. And so for 2022, just be very, very conscious of the South Node going through Scorpio and the North Node going through Taurus, and for you to be able to do the best you can with that.